Okay, folks, let's begin with a crucial observation. You're addicted to antivirus updates. You inject them into your computer just like a drug. You take that Cat5 cable and you wrap it around your PC and you tie it off and you start flicking on it looking for the RJ45 connector so you can inject the update. And it gives you a feeling of euphoria, just like a drug. Pretty soon you're standing there with a blanket wrapped around your neck like a cape and you're shouting, "I can surf the web!" But the high soon wears off, just like a drug, and you start to get the paranoias. The viruses are going to get me. So you wrap that Cat5 cable around your PC and you start flicking again for the RJ45 connector and you inject another update into your computer, just like a drug. As I mentioned in a previous column, Sophos now urges you to check for updates 8,760 times per year. That's once an hour, every day. Per computer. And as I mentioned, it still won't be enough. Someday, the experts will implore you to check for updates every minute. Up to 525,000 antivirus patches per year. Per computer. History tells us your addiction will grow until you can't afford it anymore. Then you'll be forced to make a key corporate decision. And frankly, I don't trust addicts to make good choices. But there's the rub. You will let an addict make decisions for you when the time comes. Our antivirus woes won't improve unless and until society realizes these 5 things. Number 1, society must recognize its addiction to antivirus updates. It's so addictive that it even intrigued the tobacco industry. Antivirus firms recognized your addiction somewhere around 1996, and they switched to an addictive update model somewhere in the time frame of 97 to 98. Believe it, Microsoft purchased an antivirus firm because they want to exploit the addictive update model. Number 2, society must realize every addiction is bad. It doesn't matter if you grow addicted to something useful like prescription painkillers or antivirus software. Addictions are bad simply because you're not in control. In this case, the antivirus industry is in control. Number 3, society must realize non-addictive antivirus alternatives exist. In fact, some of the alternatives existed before today's addictive scanning technology came along. The media stopped reviewing other technologies by 1991 simply because it's easiest and cheapest to review virus scanners. A cheap and lazy media contributes greatly to a monoculture of addictive antivirus technology. Number 4, society must realize alternative antivirus technologies offer superior performance. Renowned virus expert Nick Fitzgerald, for example, has lectured for years on why you should stop using scanners. And that's the actual title of his lecture, Why You Should Stop Using Scanners. He gave that lecture at the world's most prestigious virus conference back in 2000. You're not just addicted, you're addicted to an inferior technology, and Fitzgerald and I aren't the only experts who know this. And number 5, society must realize other addicts will use peer pressure to keep us addicted. It sounds stupid, but some of those addicts will insist the cure is worse than the disease. The cure, better antivirus software, is worse than the disease, the viruses themselves. Ironically, the addicts themselves make the key corporate decisions, and they can order your firm to remain addicted to inferior technology. Addicts in the U.S. Department of Defense alone continue to spend millions of dollars on research to find better ways to maintain their addiction. But the Air Force Chief Information Officer, John Gilligan, finally stands on the verge of asking them, why don't antivirus firms fall victim to viruses? You should ask yourself the same question. If and when you realize you're an addict, of course. I'm Rob Rosenberger for vMyths. That's VMYTHS.com. Truth about computer security hysteria. Be there. or be scared.